Hello, Booktopians.
Julia, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Now, what were the biggest hurdles, and I'm sure there were a few, that you encountered while presiding over a hung parliament?
There were a number of hurdles. I mean, things that I had to do that Prime Ministers in the past haven't had to do. I mean, we've got to remember every Prime Minister really has to negotiate with others because it's very unusual for a Prime Minister to have the numbers in both the House and the Senate. So I'm not the first Prime Minister who's needed to negotiate, but I am the first Prime Minister in a very long time to have had to have done that in the House of Representatives. What it meant is things like I needed to get the division bills in the Prime Minister's office rigged back up so that I could run for divisions, because Prime Ministers normally don't have to worry about votes in the Parliament. It meant lots of hours working with the Independents and the Greens, trying to understand things that we could do together. But in some ways the biggest cost of it was the sense that developed in the media, and as a result of the tactics of the opposition, that the government wasn't stable or wasn't delivering. From the day we formed the government, I was confident it would last 3 years. It did last 3 years, and it was a very productive period in Parliament. More than 500 pieces of legislation passed.
Now, after you left politics, you wrote your autobiography, which is in stores now. So apart from writing the memoir, what has been keeping you busy post-politics?
Well, I do have a few things on which sometimes during the writing process tugged at me because I needed time at home, at task, doing the writing. But I delightfully got offered the opportunity to chair the Global Partnership for Education, so I said yes to that at the start of the year. It's the global body that funds education in developing countries. So we work in 59 developing countries around the world. We've been rabble-rousing and fundraising to get more money for the next 4-year period, and we're hoping to extend schooling so that 29 million more children benefit. We've still got 58 million kids around the world who don't even get to go to primary school, so there's a lot to do. Apart from that, I'm a non-resident distinguished senior fellow at the Brookings Institution, the think tank in Washington, and that's working on education policy. So Global Partnership, the funding side, Brookings, the policy side, and I'm an honorary professor too at Adelaide University, so I get to do things back at the university that I first set foot in and did my first few years of tertiary education in.
I guess now you can add best-selling author to your resume. Any chance that we might see you back in public life in Australia?
Well, I feel like I'm still in public life in the sense that I'm obviously a very well recognised figure. People stop me and have a chat and take a photo and things like that wherever I go in Australia, and I'm sure a lot of that will be happening as I'm out and about talking to people about the book. I'll always want to make a contribution to public policy, whether that's here in Australia or globally, for education in particular, and Brookings and the Global Partnership is giving me the ability to do that, but not politics as such. I think once you're finished in Australian politics, you go on to other challenges, and that's certainly what I'm feeling now, that there is a life beyond, and I'm very much enjoying it.
Well, thank you very much, Julia.
Thank you.